Yeah. So in this episode, I would like to uh, do an exercise with you with your vulnerability, your vulnerable self. And as we explained earlier, in the whole system, in the whole method, vulnerability is a key element. And often people are, nowadays I think it's more okay to talk about it, but 15, 20 years ago, vulnerability was still regarded as something negative, like weak or something. And nowadays you have different speakers and publishers, and there are books about it, the power of vulnerability. So it's a good thing, and I'm glad about it. And from the beginning in voice dialogue, this was essential. What we have seen is that underneath the primary selves, there's this often unconscious vulnerability. And what we need to do is to have the unconscious vulnerability, have it become conscious, and that we can take care of it ourselves. When we do that, there's no need for the primary selves to do all that work. They can still be present, but they don't have to do, let's say, overwork. Yeah? So just relax and take a moment to breathe. Yeah. And simply by your intention, as energy follows thought, just invite your vulnerable aspect to be here with you. And you can imagine it's like sitting on your lap or close by, in any case, next to you or on your lap, whatever feels comfortable. So allow that part in, and also see what kind of effect it has on your body. If you allow it on your lap, see what happens in your breathing, your body. And let that part of you know that you're there for it. It's welcome. You want to listen to it. And simply see what happens. Perhaps it wants to look at you. Perhaps you want to look it in the eyes. And just notice how it feels. Is it quiet and peaceful, or a little bit anxious, scared? Whatever is there, just let it know you're there for it. Whatever happens in the rest of your life, in your work or your relationship or wherever, you are there for this part of yourself. And see what happens. And if you imagine you have, let's say, a whole day free, what would this part of you like? You can ask it. If you think of more time, a weekend, what would this part of you like? Does it like to be inside, or does it like nature? What kind of nature? So you get to know the part. Also, if you think of this part, ask it, which people in your life can it be with? Are there people that know this part of you? Can it be present in, if you have a relationship, in your relationship? Or with friends? Or can you share some of its needs through your aware ego, but in your work's environment. Yeah. So just notice now what happens in the whole body. How is it like this? And is there a message that this part has for you? And is there any image that comes up or even a symbol? Just notice. Yeah. So you can use this also like in a meditation, just to hang in there. And Sidra Stone, one of my teachers, she said, the vulnerable child is the window to the soul. So just for you, just to see what, how that resonates. In what way is this connected to your soul level? Just from the experience. Yeah. Okay, so know that you can, by yourself, continue this investigation and communication with the vulnerability in yourself. And this may also change over time. If for any reason the first time you do this it's scared or scary, know that it can change when you give it attention and love and care and safety. And over time it can become relaxed and even bring you to your essence and soul. So on a practical level, you could say in the day-to-day life, it needs two things. One of them is care, like, caring for a child, like it needs, after a hard day work, maybe it likes to relax or go in, have a bath or just, be quiet. But it also needs, in the outside world, a protection. So that means you have to also be able to set limits to the amount of work or to certain meetings when you're tired or making conscious choices. And therefore you need the ability to set the limits. And we'll speak about that later in another episode when we talk about personal and impersonal energies.